Okay, well, welcome to this week's edition of our Senior Gold Selection Call. Hope everybody's doing awesome today. We have about 34 hours worth of stuff to do in this 24-hour period today. So we are making things happen, probably just like the rest of you. And so anyway, let's get started. So we've done several things over the last 3 months. We've covered a lot of mindset issues, lots of obstacles, lots of things in the past, lots of goals, lots of how-tos and what to do. We've covered, what our goals are and what we're going to do to accomplish those goals. We've covered a lot of stuff. So, which has been awesome. And like I said, there has been great point growth out of the people that represent this group. So you should be proud of yourself. There's a lot of cool things happening. Here we go. Okay, so what I want to do, just like we normally do, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear victories. I want to hear losses, which I don't believe in losing. So learning, what we're learning, not what we're losing. And just anything, questions you might have, concerns, even complaints. I want to hear all of it so we can handle it. So whoever wants to jump on board and go first, roll with it.
I guess I will.
Oh, go ahead, Amber.
Oh, everyone's waiting for the ball to drop. I have been learning some things. This morning, as a matter of fact, I have been thinking about doing this event. It's the first vendor event that I have found that I can set up my a booth about Plexus, and I was looking at the $55 and wondering, I was like, man, I don't know if I can fit this into my budget because of everything happening this month. And it was like, God just was like, that's a business expense. You can write that off. So I'm not looking at it as a expense I am going to have out of pocket anymore. I'm looking at it as an expense that I can write off instead. And that being said, I am now looking into Plexus Print to see what things I can get made up and shipped to me in time for the event, because it's on Small Business Saturday, the day Saturday after Thanksgiving. So that's my planned event for this month. Our team did an event. I guess it was Monday night. Maybe it was Tuesday night. I can't remember. Monday or Tuesday night. And I was able to invite friends to that event. I got a couple of maybes, no yeses, but the fact that I stepped out and did it, I felt quite accomplished. I am currently working with a lady, and I met her on the Saturday that I did my booth at St. Mark's Catholic Craft Fair. And this lady, I don't even know how we got started on it, but we started talking about gut health and Plexus, and I was telling her what I was doing, and she was so excited. She was like, send me all the details. And so I did. I sent her the triplex video. I sent her an ease video because of what she was dealing with. I asked her what her health goals were. She gave me a list, and then she wanted pricing info. I sent her that, and I did it scared. But she was like, okay, I've got to figure out how to, I sent her full price. I did not send her any discount codes. Thank you, Justin, because I did not diminish what the products could do. I did not balk at the price of the products. I just said, this is what it is. This is what I would recommend for what you need, and left it at that. And she was literally like, let me see how I can fit this into my budget. I want to do this. And so then I voice messaged her, scared to death. And I said, what are your thoughts about sharing and getting your products paid for? And I hadn't heard anything from her since then. But the fact that she is like, was like wanting these products because of the results that I had seen. And her story, it would be very similar to mine. Like her symptoms were like spot on, almost the same symptoms and stuff that I had been dealing with before I got started on Plexus. So I'm very excited to get her on board because she's a go-getter. Her husband actually comes into the gym to work out. And I just feel like from all aspects of looking at her, that she has basically gold in her backyard kind of thing. And so that's what's transpired in the past week. So I feel like it's been a whirlwind, but here I am. I'm just really thankful for the growth that I've experienced and found through these coaching calls. So
Yeah. No, that's awesome. There's a lot of good things there, a lot of victories. So, I mean, doing stuff scared is a victory in itself. Like, because most people won't even do it, right? So if you're doing something scared, whatever it is, whether it's reaching out about the products, reaching out about the business, public speaking, whatever it is, like if you're doing it and you're scared, then you're a minority, like on the planet. So like my son spoke in front of about 600 people last month sometime. And he said, he's like, I should have had more notes. I should have done this. I said, dude, you're 17 years old and you killed it. Like you had the confidence, you stood up tall, you had stuck your chest out, you made people laugh, you engaged people. I said, you can always add content, but you can never add the confidence. You can never add the way you connect with a crowd. I said, you killed it. You did what 99% of people in that crowd won't do. Statistically speaking, and this is what I told him, I said, people in that crowd are more afraid of getting on that stage than they are dying. I was like, so it's a victory. Who cares if you didn't do it perfect? You did it. Next time you'll do it better. And next time you'll do it better. And so like we have to look at victory and wins correctly, guys. Like doing something scared, perfect. You won. And you learned. Like it's like the double whammy. Like so well done. And the next time you do it, it'll be easier. And then the next you'll gain confidence. All these little victories. These are good things. So a couple things I want to talk about from what Amber shared real quick for all of us here. Do not cheapen the products. The products are awesome. They're already cheap. Like before we were doing Plexus, we were spending about $500 a month on Megan's products, and they didn't produce the results that Plexus products do. We didn't even have Ease back then. We had the Triplex. Right. So we traded $500 worth of supplements from a naturopath for $100 worth of products from Plexus, and they were better and they were cheaper. So like the products that we have, if you look at the supplement market, if you look at the quality of our products compared to the price point of our products, we're light years beyond what most people have to offer. So like, is it expensive? Yeah, it's expensive, maybe compared to Chicken McNuggets. I mean, we have to be serious about people's budgets here. Like, but compared to other life-changing supplements, they're actually pretty cheap. Like if you go and buy some probiotics that need to be refrigerated, that cost of those alone are as much as a triplex. We were paying $100 a month for Megan's refrigerated probiotics. So like, don't cheapen the products. Don't cheapen the cost of the products. If people are ready for what you have to offer and you have put enough value on those products, they'll find a way to pay for those products. The same way they paid for their chicken McNuggets or whatever else it is they are destroying their body with. They will actually spend that money or more when they're ready to buy. So you don't have to cheapen the product to make people ready. Now, when you're talking to them, here's an important point. Just tell them what the cost is. And they're like, okay, let me see how I can put it in the budget. Let me see how I can fit this in the budget. Okay, hey, this might help. I have a 10% promo code that you could use. Will that help? So now you're engaged you're not cheapening the products. You're engaged in dialogue. Hey, maybe this will help you in your budget. See, that's different than making a post that says, I will pay for you to take Plexus products. It seems a little desperate, right? Like they're giving away products. Why? So it's, the people that make, let's pick out a car. I don't even know. Like Ferrari, they don't give Ferraris away. And they probably don't even give discounts. They just sell Ferraris. Why? Because it's a Ferrari. Well, we have like the Ferrari supplements. That's cheaper than a lot of others. So like, I think knowing what we have is extremely important. It just helps you talk to people with confidence. And so anyway, don't cheapen the products, but also when you're engaged in a conversation, then add, if they're interested and they're like, hey, I want to do it, like I said, then start giving, hey, we have a couple promo codes that you can use if that'll help you in your budget. Or there's even a business opportunity. Maybe that is a good angle for you to help afford these products, and then start moving them in that direction and educating them on what we have to offer as far as a business opportunity. Let's talk about events. Amber mentioned something about events. We have done events before. They have been profitable for us, but a couple different things. Whatever expense that you use, if you do an event, if there's like a vendor fee or something where you have to pay for the booth or whatever it is, that is a business expense. You can use that for advertising and promotion, like an advertising or marketing expense. So you would want to write that down or keep track of that expense. A couple things as far as these vendor events go, and I've mentioned this before. People that go to vendor events, like these are professionals, not the vendors. I'm talking the people that attend the event. Like they have a roll of stickers. It's like a roll of stamps you get from the post office. I'm not even kidding. These guys are, and they're a lot, then 95% of them are there for free stuff. They're not there to buy anything. They're there for free stuff. How do I know? Because they have a roll of stickers and you'll have a giveaway or something like that. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And if you give me all of your contact information, then I'll enroll you in this free giveaway. They're there for the giveaways. And they have their roll of stickers with their name, their phone number, and their address and email already on it. I mean, they know the game. Like it's crazy. It's a crazy, when I went, I was like, man, these guys are good. These guys are good. And so just know that a lot of the people are there for free stuff. Not all, but a lot of them are there for free stuff. So you can do a giveaway if you're at a vendor event, something like that. Maybe give away a triplex, or maybe give away 3 different things with 3 different products or whatever. And those products that you give away are a business expense as well. It's another marketing expense. But what they have to do is they have to give you their contact information so that they're put into the drawing. Now you have contact information and you have a whole pile of people that you can be reaching out to and following up with after the event is over. Another thing about when you do events, one of the most profitable things about doing one of those vendor events is the other vendors. Not really the people that show up, but the other vendors, because they're business people. You can talk with them about what you have to offer. So if you go, I always recommend going with another person and then taking time or swapping off. That way you have time to go and talk to some of the other vendors and introduce yourself to them. Because those people are business minded. They have their own small business. They're your people. And so we found more success with other vendors than we have the people actually coming to the event. Another thing you can do with other vendors, if you do an event like this, is you can do a product swap. Megan's been doing a product swap with a lady for, I don't even know how many years from an event. You know, and I don't know why they don't just, I don't know, whatever, that's their deal. But this is a Mary Kay lady. So Megan gets Mary Kay stuff from this lady and that lady gets Plexus stuff from her. They just kind of swap out products, you know, and she loves Mary Kay, Megan loves Plexus, and they just swap out some products, you know, whatever. So don't underestimate the other vendors at these events. That might be your most profitable person to talk to at an event. And also count the cost. Like, you can kind of go really overboard on an event. And I don't know, you know, count the cost going in. You don't have to order everything. There is stuff that you can find even in your virtual office that you can print off. I mean, you know, so another thing that we've done is after a big time, and this is probably too late, but just so you know for the future, if there's a really big, like you go to Plexus convention or leaders retreat or something like that, Megan and I at the end of those retreats is we will take the Plexus banners that they have because they don't want to ship them back to Scottsdale. And that's what we use for events. So there you go. Just a little tip. So all those things that we use are free. We've never paid for anything. And they don't want to ship those back to Scottsdale, you know. So anyway, just throwing that out there, just a little tip from your friend Justin. Okay, so moving on. How about who else? Who else has something they want to share? Victories, losses, learning moments, questions, complaints, concerns?
I'll go.
Yep.
So I signed up 3 people this month, which is better than I've been doing for a while. So I've reached that first bonus level. My goal is to at least hit the next one, to sign up 6 people. I have a couple of people that I'm working on right now that hopefully within the next week or 2 will get signed up. I did a Reels training yesterday that was really good, and then did 2 Reels. That's something I want to try and work on more because I feel like that's what a lot of people watch. And then I did 2 lives this week, and I feel like those are getting excuse me, those are getting a lot easier. I don't know that I'll ever be totally comfortable doing them, but they're getting a lot easier to do for me. And I think the one excuse me, I've got a little bit of a cold. The one that I did yesterday had 115 views. So I feel like even if I don't get a lot of people responding, I know they're seeing my lives, and it's kind of building on what I'm constantly posting. So I felt like that was good.
Awesome. So did you say 3 people this month?
Yeah, I've signed up 3 already. Yeah, so I've hit that first bonus
Okay,
level.
so And if you're not familiar with the bonus that Linda is talking about, you can find that in your virtual office. If you go to your dashboard and scroll down, you'll be able to find the incentives for the month. There's a 369 incentive, and so that's what she's talking about. And that is one of the things that if we're going to be successful in our business, we need to know what incentives are available to share. Now, sharing, I want to go back to really fast, and I'll touch on a couple things Linda said, is when I talk about cheapening the products, I'm not talking about not sharing incentives or promotion codes, right? Those are there for us to use. Those are there for us to use so we can be successful in our business. But I'm talking about just cheapening them and being embarrassed of the cost and all those things. And that's not what I'm talking about. But there are some great incentives that Plexus gives us to use, and it's like free money. And so anyway, so excellent job on signing the 3. I think that you're going to sign way more than 3, because here's why: because of the action you're taking. The action you're taking will lead you to signing 369. And Linda's taking all the right steps. She's doing things she's not comfortable with. She's doing things that scare her to death. But did you hear what she said? You did a Reels training. Tell us about that. See, that's above and beyond. What's that? What was that like? Or where'd you do that at?
So her name is Stephanie Case, Kase, and she does some trainings you have to pay for, but she does a lot of free ones, and they're on YouTube, and they're really good. She talks super fast, so I have to stop it a lot and go back, but she's very good. And yeah, and just yesterday, the training I did, because the couple of reels that I did them with videos, and then I had no idea how to do them with still photos. And so that was the training that I did yesterday. She explained that in detail. So the 2 reels that I did, they had 10 photos, then flipping through the reel with music. And I didn't know how to do that before. So I would recommend looking her up on YouTube. She's very good. I could relate to her because she has twin daughters. They're babies right now that she posts a lot, which I have. And I think a lot of people love following her because of her cute little girls.
Perfect. Can you put her name in the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
See, those are action steps that will produce results. She's not only doing the thing, but she's actually putting herself in position to learn more and how to do it better. And it's free. And so there's a lot of free training that you can plug into, whether it's Plexus related or just social media related. There's a ton of different things that we can do, but we have to put ourselves in position to win. It's kind of like our cat. Our cat likes to hang out right below the bird feeder. She puts herself in position to win. That's not why we have the bird feeder. However, I don't know. It's just the way nature works. So anyway, but she puts herself in position to win, and she wins on occasion. So that's how we're going to win. We have to put ourselves in position to win. We have to put ourselves in training. We have to put ourselves on calls. We have to put ourselves in conversations. We have to put ourselves in difficult and uncomfortable situations with people. But that's how we win. We have to put ourselves in position to win. And Linda is doing exactly that. So I have no doubt that she will win. Who else? Who's next?
I can go.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay? I'm gonna move out of the laundry room.
Yep.
Okay. So well, it was just it'll be short, but I kind of freaked out this week because all these people were shutting their subscriptions off. And I'm still in the first 90 days. So it's kind of like, why are people various reasons. But so I did reach out to those people. And several of them didn't mean to. I think they just thought if they wanted to change their subscription, that they meant to turn it off, not edit or change it. So it was kind of something I was like, oh, I need to be communicating this better to people, you know. But I also I just freaked out because I'm like, how am I ever going to get ahead, right? And I think I texted Megan and I was like, how in the world, how did you ever make it to Diamond? Because I just feel like I'm taking a step forward and a step back and a step forward. But then I watched, I watched one of Brooke Hemingway's series, like the Goal Mastermind or something like that series. And so if any of you haven't watched it, it was really encouraging. I've only watched the first one. I think there's 4. But basically, like, she's like, people are going to drop off. People are going to shut their stuff off. She's like, we have thousands of people on our team that have their subscriptions turned off for no reason. And they just are. And she just like, bless and release. And we're here when they want to come back. And I just take it personally, or I'm afraid they're unhappy and then they're going to talk poorly of me. And then, so those are just some emotions I was trying to work through. Like, you know what? I cannot live in this constant state of fear of what's happening and what's going to happen. And, or the fact that if somebody thinks poorly of me, like, oh, these products don't work. She doesn't know what she's talking about, that kind of thing. And it's just something I'm working through and having to get over.
Yeah.
So.
Well, to encourage you, you're not alone. So you're not the only one that has these thoughts. We have those thoughts. Everybody on this call has those thoughts. The only time we would not have those thoughts is if we're actually not doing anything with our business, because then there's nothing to fear because we're not doing anything. But if you're actually working the business, you have those thoughts and you think, wow, I wonder, did I do something wrong? Or maybe the products don't work, or I don't know, maybe, you know, you have all these different emotions or different thoughts. And I think it's important to process those emotions. That's something that I think for 44 years, I never did process emotions. And then I started to, and then, wow, when someone gave me permission to process the feelings, the emotions I've had for 44 years, a whole flood of things came out. And I became healthier on every level of my life. But I think it's important to just, you know, as those emotions come and those thoughts come, I think let's address, you know, I think address them, you know. And so like, maybe, you know, it's like, I don't know, maybe the products don't work. Well, then I have to go back and think of, okay, is that true? No, it's not true, because I've seen what I've done in my own life. I've seen what it's done in my wife's life. I've seen what it's done in the lives of literally thousands of people over the last 7 years. And so you have to combat some of these thoughts and some of these emotions with truth, you know, and just work through that and process through that. It's healthy and it makes us stronger, actually. As far as subs being shut off, people are going to turn their subs off no matter what. It's just a part, like if I look at my, if I look at all the people in my organization, and everybody turned on this month, like I would probably be double diamond. Like, it's insane. I have more people off than I have on. And so it's like 7 years of people on, off. So it's like, I just try not to focus on that too much, because it's like, whoa, that's a lot of points. But, you know, I think what you said, you mentioned a word that's important, and then that's communication. And I think communicating with people is key. I don't necessarily know that we can over communicate when we're trying to help people become better versions of themselves, whether it's through business or whether it's through their physical health. I don't think we can over communicate with them. So I think communicating with them is key, because some of those people were just trying maybe to adjust their sub. their subscription and they end up turning it off or, or whatever. So I think communication is key. One thing I've even learned recently is that when I sign someone up, it's extremely important to just act like I'm talking with a 5-year-old and letting them know, like, next month there will be a sub processing for you, like a whole nother order and charge. Like, you have to draw a picture, and then so then I don't get the call next month. You guys trying to rip me off? I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? Man, they sent me a whole nother order. Like supplements. Like this isn't a longer burger basket, right? Like, you probably have to use this on a continual basis if you want to see products. Well, I haven't even started taking the first order. Yeah, well, let me help you turn that off. Like, I think this relationship, it's like, it's not you, it's me. I think we need to separate for just a while and see how this is going to work out. But I think communicating with people, and this is the stuff you have to deal with. Like, it's scary to some level sometimes. Like, what did the one guy say to me about how many sugar packets can I put into this Slim? Yeah. So yeah, it's like, and there was another guy. Who was it? I'm like, oh yeah, I have to mix this with water? Yeah, with water. Well, I don't drink water. Well, let's start drinking water. He's like, well, I drink water in my coffee pretty much all day. Yeah, well, true, but probably just like a glass of water. I'm like, what do you drink in the evening? Whiskey. I'm like, well, I think I've identified a lot of the issue that you have going on here. Well, I'm not changing. Okay, well, I don't know. And he ordered for like 2 years. I never met him. I don't know who the guy, still don't know who he is. He just stopped ordering. And I'm assuming he died. Like, if you think about his life choices, he probably died, would be my guess. But my point is, I think, is communicating with people, because people, they just don't, you know what I mean? They don't get it sometimes. So I think we have to communicate on drinking the water, on the sub-processing, on consistency with the product, on no, you shouldn't put sugar in with the Slim, right? Sort of stuff. You can't make this stuff up, guys. I should write a book. I have the most amazing and ridiculous stories from the last 7 years. Anyway, I think, another thing you mentioned really fast is you put yourself in position to win because you're listening to Brooke Hemingway, right? Another good one to listen to is Emily Gibson, if anybody's familiar with either one of those. Brooke and Emily are amazing. And they are, so like Megan, for example, is, she loves Plexus, but she does what she can with Plexus. If she did Plexus full time, she could probably be a triple diamond. I have zero doubt, but it's not like the number one priority in our life. Brooke and Emily, this is their number one. This is their thing. This is their number one. Plexus and their coaching business is what they do. And their coaching business probably pays them more than Plexus does. Like, they're brilliant in what they do. They're very, very good at what they do. So if you can learn anything from Brooke and from Emily, I would recommend doing what Brooke here, our Brooke Slater on the video did. And she's listening to what Brooke Hemingway has to say. Brooke Hemingway's brilliant. And this is what she does with her life. Plexus is like what they do. So put yourself in position to win by doing that. And as far as people, I think this is interesting. I think this is important to point out, is that this business is simple in light of the steps, but it's hard. I have never, I don't think I've ever sugarcoated this business. This business is hard. And when we first started out, we did it hard. I worked all day in construction. We came home, we worked till 1 o'clock in the morning. We got a few hours of sleep. Megan was nursing babies. I went back to construction. We came back home that night and we worked hard. We worked very hard. And we had lots of people turn off and we had all the stuff, but we signed up a lot of people because we talked to a lot of people every single day and we didn't stop. And we taught other people to talk to other people. And I think that that's one of the things that maybe some of you are experiencing, is that it can be hard. It's a lot of work, but it is worth it. And the thing is that you'll start to see it takes a lot of conversations. It takes a lot of people. And then to really grow, it takes a lot of people that are doing the same thing and having lots of conversations with a lot of people. So you have to almost develop a culture on your team of sharing. I mean, the business aspect and sharing testimonies, not necessarily even the business aspect, but business aspect helped because those people will be sharing. But I mean, just even sharing testimonies, even sharing little wins, you know, and having people start to share. That's how your business will grow. And it takes a lot of conversations. Let me look at, there's a lot going on here on the chat thread. Let's see. Yeah, following up is definitely key. Following up is not just for people that you want to sign up. Following up is for people you've already signed up, right? I think that's an important thing. My mom sent me a picture of her water. It was a 32-ounce Diet Coke from Casey's. Yeah, exactly. All right. Like, this is where we live, folks. Like, this is our world. So it's going to take some time. And it's going to, like on a post, one thing that's really interesting is rather than, I'm not saying anybody in particular is doing this, but rather than being salesy on the post, just be educational. Like, part of our job really is to just educate people. I've been educating a guy for months and I'm like, dude, I can help you with your health. I could just see him getting unhealthier every time I saw him. He just did a post the other day. Blood pressure is through the roof and he's type 2 diabetic all of a sudden. You think? You think? And so I'm still in the process of educating him. More Diet Coke. Emily's mindset. Emily's awesome. They do a good job. Angie, I tell them before they sign up, they have to drink half their body weight in water, change your eating habits, movement's essential. You can't drink soda, stay away from boxed processed foods, and give me 6 months before canceling. Yeah. And I think projecting that idea with people that, especially with time, you know, we encourage people to at least 90 days. I mean, if worst case scenario, it's a 60-day money back guarantee. But when we're talking to people, hey, give us 90 days, right? And because we've seen most results within 90-day period with Plexus, especially if they have the triplex and ease. That's like the miracle combo, in my opinion. Just go back to the basics: triplex and ease, triplex and ease. Unless they're allergic to shellfish, then ease is a bad idea. So don't do that. But triplex and ease, I think, is key. And just you know, I think again, we ask for 90 days when we're talking to people. Like, just give us 90 days. And so I think just having that expectation up front is helpful as well. Who else has something? Yeah.
I have a question about that. First of all, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. My microphone, it's like on the fritz in certain apps. So like in some apps, it like doesn't want to work. So anyway, um, about the 90 days, that's what I always tell people too. Like, you know, these are plant-based products, so they're not going to work like prescription, whatever, right? I have a handful of customers who, if they don't see like, you know, 20 pounds weight loss, they're like out. And it's hard because I didn't sign up for weight loss, but that was like, you know, I wanted to lose weight. Like that was like in the back of my mind, something that I was hoping for. And I was more focused on other things, and I did start to see results, not necessarily losing weight, but I'm finding the longer that I'm on the products that they do help with that. Um, like it doesn't fall off, like, you know, I don't feel like I'm, you know, dropping pounds like left and right, but like I can definitely see. I posted in one of our chat threads earlier this morning, someone was asking about the reset, and I just finished my second one in October. I lost weight on both of them. I gained it back. But now here we are like a month later, I am really kind of starting to see a little bit. My scale is broken because my son jumped on it and now it doesn't work anymore. But I can feel like my super tight pants aren't super tight anymore. And my sister-in-law was telling me she thinks that she sees a little bit like less puffiness in my face, whatever. So I don't know how to I don't know how to get people who want like the instant gratification of weight loss. I don't know how to tell them like it's gonna take time. And like I try to help them focus on the other things. Well, yeah, I seem to have more energy and I'm drinking more water and less pop and whatever, you know. And so like, but that doesn't matter to them. So I don't know how do I help them understand that, like, do you get my question?
Yep, absolutely. Well, to be honest, that's a hard sell, and here's why. We're behind. Like the weight loss industry is brilliant. The weight loss industry is extremely brilliant. They have sold the American people on the importance of weight loss over the importance of health and happiness. Like, so we're already behind when it comes to knowledge and sharing knowledge with our market, but it's our job to educate. And so that's why I'm saying, even on your posts, educate. Weight loss is not a root issue. Like, it's a symptom of root issues. Like, so, you know, there's so many things that happen before weight gain or unhealthy weight loss, because there is unhealthy weight loss as well. And so it could be, I mean, weight loss, weight gain could be a thyroid issue, right? It could be so many other things. It could be a digestive issue, like every time you eat, you have to run to the bathroom because you have explosive diarrhea. I know people like that. Or you only have a bowel movement once every 3 days or something. Like, I think it's our job to educate our market and our network in light of weight loss. Weight loss is important. I think a healthy weight to maintain is extremely important, but weight loss is not a root issue, or it's not the cause of sickness. Sickness is the cause of weight loss. So does that make sense? So I think, again, it's our job to educate our market. They've been educated by an extremely profitable industry. Like, they don't care. I just want to look skinny. Yeah, but you know, like, you poop water. Like, your body is not absorbing nutrients. Like, well, I don't care. I just want to look good because, you know, summer's coming up. Like, the weight loss industry has really done an amazing job marketing. I'm not saying they've done it with integrity, but they have sold a bill of goods to the American people. And so our job is to learn as much as we can learn about our products. Our job is to educate on the root issues behind weight gain and weight loss. You know, so there's so many different angles to do with that. I think that's just the key. Anybody else have thoughts on that? Brooke, you have any thoughts on that?
I actually just put something in the chat that I have a couple people in particular who are wanting weight loss, but and they did the reset, may have lost a few pounds, and of course have rebounded back. But most of these people who have a ton of weight to lose are battling with horrible inflammation or autoimmune diseases. And so the combination of those, like, that's why they've never been able to lose weight. And so I think I just keep encouraging them, like, we have to keep getting your inflammation down in your body, because that chronic inflammation messes up with your hormones, it just creates this vicious cycle of glucose metabolism, and like your body can't burn what it is supposed to burn. And then I know they look at me like, well, you're a freak. You've never had to lose weight in your life. You just have these genes that you don't gain weight. Well, that might be part of it, but I also understand that you didn't get this way overnight either. And so I just try to encourage people, like, this is going to take time. We have to keep the inflammation down. And then you also have to stop eating the inflammatory foods too. Like, Plexus is a catalyst and it can help, but they have to be willing to make the lifestyle changes as well, you know? And so I try to be encouraging to that, and they're going to do what they want to do. Like, my mom just keeps drinking her Diet Coke and she sips on her pink drink all day long. I'm like, Mom, but you know, people are people.
Right. Well, and I think that there's a couple different things I want to touch on here. One that Brooke mentioned, and then something else that Carissa mentioned. The supplement, Plexus is a supplement. Now, in my opinion, I think that the Plexus supplements are so good that you can just start by taking the Plexus supplements and start seeing results apart from having a crazy lifestyle change. But if you want to see the best results, we need to look at Plexus as not just a magic pill, but it is a supplement. I mean, the very meaning of supplement is like, it's supplemental to other things I'm doing. Like, it's not, the silver bullet, even though in some cases it is. In some cases, the Plexus products are the silver bullet, and that is the catalyst to lifestyle change. But it is a supplement. It's to supplement a healthy lifestyle if you want to be healthy, right? And so I think that's important to understand, because that helps us to educate people better, because it's like, yeah, you need to drink the water. Like, you might just need to exercise. You don't need to go run an Ironman race. I just do that because I like suffering, I think. I don't know. It's crazy. It's weird for me. But like, I enjoy pushing myself. But for someone to walk around the block might be a lifestyle change, right? So as far as like movement and things, I just think it's our job to really be not just, let's look at it this way. What if we viewed Plexus correctly in light of it being a supplement? Maybe we're marketing it as a magic pill. What if we started marketing health in general, and Plexus is just a part of that piece that we're educating people on? That's what the Hemingways do. The Hemingways don't necessarily, Brooke and Thomas Hemingway don't necessarily market Plexus right off the bat. They market a healthy lifestyle. I don't know. Maybe that's why I don't know. Maybe that's why, she's the highest ranking diamond in Plexus. But see, they're marketing Plexus. I think that they're doing a good job in marketing overall health. Plexus is just a piece of that overall health. And so maybe we can educate different. Maybe we could market Plexus different as just a part of a healthy lifestyle rather than making it look like it's the magic pill, even though in some cases it is. I've seen amazing stories with people who do nothing other than just add Plexus into their life, and it changes their life. Then they start exercising, then they start drinking the water, then they start doing all the other things. So maybe we just need to look at how we're marketing health in general. Maybe that's an idea. I don't know. One thing I want to mention that Carissa mentioned, this is something also, I still think that the reset is brilliant. And I think that my initial thoughts of the reset were totally wrong. I was like, this is garbage. Might as well just shelf this idea. I was wrong. I've taken 3. Every time I've lost between 6 and 7 pounds in that 3-day period. And then I gained back probably 4 to 5 pounds of that 6 or 7 pounds lost when I go back to eating. And then over time, a couple weeks or so, without any effort at all, I'll lose another 2 or 3 pounds. So I've seen, obviously, when you restrict calories and you don't eat for a few days, you're going to lose some weight, right? And then you go back to eating and then you're going to gain some back. But then I'm seeing that it comes off again. I don't know if anybody else is recognizing that, but so I'm down, I don't know what I am today, but I don't know, I'm down 20 pounds this year. And so I have 3 pounds more to go to hit my goal for the end of the year, which I'll do. Megan says I cheat because I'm a guy. I can gain or lose 3 pounds like overnight, but whatever. That's an excuse in my opinion. Maybe I'm just working hard. So the thing is, I think that reset is another thing where we can educate people. I think the reset is a brilliant tool. But also I think that there's life after reset. So I think it's not just if we have, hey, here's your reset. Okay, you're good. I don't think it's like you do the reset once a year and you're going to be good to go. I think that again, it's our job to educate. Like, okay, yeah, you have a 3-day reset, but now we should be working on the triplex or whatever other combo you think that person needs. But I think the reset is an amazing combo or an amazing tool. So let's see, we have about 5 minutes. Anybody else? Everyone I've signed up is with reset. Yeah. I think the reset is great. I think it's a game changer, quite honestly. Who else has something before we go? Anybody? If not, I'll give you a word of encouragement that I gave my family today. And I gave my brother-in-law the other day. So I'll just give you a word of encouragement. Like whatever it is that you are facing, for example, my brother-in-law has started it started with mowing, then it went into landscaping, now it's excavation and just all sorts of things he's trying. And he had a meeting with a multi-millionaire who lives in our area. And he told me, he's like, I am not ready for this. I'm not ready for the meeting. And this was the night before the meeting. And I said, Ron, you are ready for the meeting. He's like, what do you mean? I think that was a foreign concept to him. He's like, well, I don't feel like I'm ready. I'm like, who cares how you feel? You're ready. Well, what do you mean? I said, everything that you've learned up to this moment, everything that you have experienced, good, bad, the wins, the losses, the learning, whatever, everything that has happened up to this moment has prepared you for this moment. I said, you're ready. He's like, well, 6 months ago, I wasn't ready. I said, that's why God didn't arrange the meeting. Well, I wasn't ready 2 weeks ago. Exactly why you didn't have a meeting 2 weeks ago. You've learned in the last 2 weeks. I said, you are ready for this meeting. And he's like, maybe I am. I said, well, you are, or else you wouldn't be having a meeting. God's not going to bring you this opportunity just to watch you fail. Like, you're ready. Everything you've learned up to this moment has prepared you for this moment. And he went the next day, he killed it with confidence, and he, got a $200,000 contract with the guy, dig some ponds and stuff on the guy's property, whatever. He's like, I was ready. I said, yeah, exactly. You were ready. And the same thing I told the kids today. I said, whatever it is you're facing, kids, my son's kind of got a late start in sports. My oldest son's a junior, and he's just starting playing basketball for the first time. He's extremely athletic, but there's just a lot he doesn't know. And I said, you're ready though. Everything that you have experienced up to this moment has prepared you for this moment. You are ready. He's like, huh? I said, I promise you, everything has prepared you for this moment. You're ready. And he's like, well, I haven't really played basketball. No, but you went to a outdoors camp and survived in the woods for 2 weeks in Upper Peninsula, Michigan last year. Who else did that on your team? Nobody. Yep, you're ready. That prepared you. At a 15, 16-year-old, you navigated your way through airports and traveled on your own. You've been to Hawaii, you've been to Texas, you've been to Florida, you've been to New York City and Maine and Wyoming. You rode a horse up a mountain. All of those things. Don't neglect all that. You blew yourself up with gasoline, about killed yourself. And we wrapped you with leaves and all sorts of weird stuff at our house and brought you basically back to life. I said, all of those things have prepared you for the moment that you're going into. And the same thing with all you guys on this call. Whatever it is you're facing, even in your Plexus business, or whether it's in your life, whatever, you're ready. You may not feel like you're ready. You're ready. You've been prepared for this moment. If you weren't, then this moment wouldn't be here. You're ready. So again, whether it's your Plexus business, maybe it's something in your personal life or whatever, you're ready to face it. It's time. You're prepared. Every moment, everything that you've experienced up to this moment has prepared you for this moment. So go into it with confidence. And this moment's going to prepare you for the next one. Right? You're just constantly putting tools in your toolbox, right? Constantly back to the drawing board, like Wile E. Coyote on the Roadrunner, okay, back to the drawing board, whatever. So he's my favorite cartoon character, by the way, because he never quit. So anyway, I just want to leave you with that thought. When we start thinking in that direction, we start thinking like that, we can face the giants with more confidence. It's exactly what David did when he went after Goliath. He ran towards the giant. Why? Because he was ready. He had been preparing. All the moments up to that moment prepared him for that. He fought the lion, he fought the bear. All right, next up, I'm running at this thing. And whatever is in front of you guys, in light of your business, run towards it. You're ready. So I'm leaving you with that. Have a great week. If you guys have any questions or need anything, feel free to reach out on Facebook Messenger. I'm available to help with anything you need help with. So have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.